Well, folks, the drama in crypto continues, and I am here to break all of that down for you. Yes, the title of this video is exactly what you think it is. BlockFi investors, mostly venture capitalists, just got absolutely destroyed by Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, who at this point looks like he's really trying to dominate and take over the crypto world, which can't really blame him, right? I mean, that's capitalism. So here's what just happened. The news just came out that FTX is buying crypto lender BlockFi for $25 million, which I know it might sound like a lot on the surface, but if we really dig deep in this, they really are buying this for pennies on the dollar, and they're actually screwing BlockFi investors on top of that. So if you actually look at the numbers, this $25 million that FTX is paying to purchase BlockFi, the company, is about 99.4% discount from the $4.88 billion dollar Series E valuation that BlockFi got in July of 2021, which really wasn't that long ago. It's insane how much can happen in a year. As a matter of fact, it hasn't even been an entire year yet, at least from that point, because it's only June. So that's insane. Now, what's interesting, and this is the part where the investors get screwed, is in CNBC article that they wrote, they actually said that, and this leaves investors, at least equity investors in BlockFi, completely wiped out, as they will be writing off the value of their losses. Now, many of you guys might know there was actually a leaked call that came out a few days ago where it actually got leaked that this will be the case. And the fact that there were many options on the table on how FTX could possibly buy BlockFi, but there was an option on the table where they could essentially screw over investors and just say, forget them and write off those losses. And that's the option that Sam Bankman-Fried and BlockFi chose. And BlockFi agreed to it. Sam Bankman-Fried agreed to it. And so let's just go ahead and look at some history now. So the New Jersey, and this is an article I'm reading from Forbes that came out last year. The New Jersey-based cryptocurrency lending firm BlockFi has taken on $350 million in Series D venture capital funding, one of the largest to date among blockchain and cryptocurrency startups. The deal increases the company's private valuation to $3 billion. The round was led by Bain Capital Ventures, partners of DST Global, Pomp Investments. I know you guys know who that is. There's this guy named Anthony Pomp, very popular Bitcoin and crypto guy on social media as well as YouTube. That guy was actually an investor in BlockFi, and his investment has completely gotten wiped out. Yes, that is correct. And also Tiger Global. The investment follows 3-year prior rounds within the last 2 years, totaling more than $100 million. Raised from venture capital firms include Galaxy Digital, and Winklevoss Capital. So there you go. A bunch of basically investors got absolutely destroyed and wiped out from BlockFi. And those are all venture capital firms. Now, the real question is, how did BlockFi get here? That's the main question that we need to address here. And so let's go ahead and go over the timeline, right? So many of you guys might actually remember in February of this year, BlockFi actually had to pay a $100 million fine to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, in order to settle claims that it allowed nearly 600,000 users to earn interest by lending their holdings to other traders in violation of investor protection laws. Just think about this now. They took other investors' holdings and they lended it to other traders. Just think about that for a minute. Just think about that. Now we want to answer this other question because this is actually essential too. How was BlockFi able to pay a high yield? And it's very important you guys understand that, because a lot of these crypto brokerages and exchanges offer high yields for their crypto. They're offering 12%, 15%, 19%, 10% yield just for holding your crypto. And it's like, okay, where's this yield coming from? So I'm going to tell you guys how BlockFi is able to do this. So BlockFi is able to generate that interest by lending your coins, your crypto, to institutional and corporate borrowers. That is how they're able to generate that yield. One of those corporate borrowers was Three Arrows Capital, the hedge fund based in Singapore. Yes, the one that is tied to pretty much all of this. You guys are very familiar with them. Now, I have to be fair and I have to be honest. BlockFi didn't exactly name Three Arrows Capital when they came out with the announcement of this entire thing, but it's everybody speculating that that's what it is, and I strongly believe that Three Arrows Capital is very likely the hedge fund that owes the money basically and couldn't pay that money. So that's what's going on there. And so why is the interest so high, right? I think some people have this question too and bring this up in conversation. Like, why are they paying me way more than the banks are? Like, instead of getting like a 1 to 2% interest on my money, why am I able to get an 18, 19%, 12%, all these crazy interest amounts that you essentially get more of a return than on average in the stock market? It's like, how am I able to get such high interest on my money? Well, this is how. It's because you are essentially being compensated for the risk that BlockFi and some of these other crypto brokerages were taking. And now that's all starting to play out right now, because guess what? Look what happened. BlockFi just got bought out. Investors lose all their money. Now, I want to separate this. This has nothing to do with the people who actually use the BlockFi platform. I have no idea what's going to happen. Do I think everybody who's using the BlockFi platform is going to lose all their crypto and all their money? Probably not, because FTX has more than enough money to kind of make that work. So I'm not so sure about that. It seems like it's really just the investors who are getting screwed, not necessarily the users. I actually think that the users will be fine, but I think it's extremely important for you guys to understand how this whole crypto brokerage, crypto exchange thing kind of works out. Like, this is how the game works. You're getting the high yield on your crypto because you are getting compensated for the risk that they are taking with your money. That's what you need to understand. That is literally what is happening. And so BlockFi is pretty much insolvent. And so Sam Bankman-Fried took advantage of that and was able to buy this company for pennies on the dollar. They at one point had a $3 billion valuation, and Sam Bankman-Fried got it for $25 million. That is an absolute steal. This is the way the game is played, guys. So that's what's happening. Now, I want to get to one more thing. We have to discuss Voyager Digital. And the reason why we have to discuss that is because, believe it or not, yes, Voyager Digital is a lot more popular than BlockFi. But guess what? Sam Bankman-Fried is also involved in Voyager Digital, because what did he extend to Voyager Digital? He extended a credit line to Voyager Digital, just like he just recently did to BlockFi. So first he starts off with extending a credit line. Then eventually he moves in and acts like the shark that we all know he is now. And he goes ahead and he buys BlockFi. So what do you think could possibly happen to Voyager Digital? I told you guys, there's no Mr. Nice Guy in capitalism. This is takeover land. This is kill or be killed. Sam Bankman-Fried could care less about the survival of crypto and all that. He doesn't care about these brokerages. He's trying to take them over. It's clear as day based on what you just saw happen to BlockFi. So now my thesis, my hypothesis, I could always be wrong, but I think he's going to go after Voyager Digital next and some of these other crypto brokerages. And guess what? If he does that exact same deal with Voyager that he did with BlockFi, people who invested in Voyager are going to get screwed, just like people who invested in BlockFi just got screwed. So you're going to want to be very careful in that. And also, I am strongly side-eyeing some of these YouTubers who are pumping the heck out of Voyager Digital. Like, if you're an investor, you should have seen these risks coming. You should have. And it is very irresponsible for you to have a platform on YouTube and to pump these risky assets without disclosing the fact that this is an extremely, extremely high risk investment. It is wrong on so many levels. And I have no respect for any YouTuber that pumped Voyager Digital, because I can tell you right now, Voyager Digital is more than likely going to be next. And so there you guys have it. That's my talk for today / little rant at the end. And yeah, there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.